Hello, my name is Kim Smith, and I'm a candidate for the Master of Educational Technology degree at Boise State University. I've been a teacher for 7 years, and am currently the K-5 Technology Specialist at Pine Butte Elementary in Colstrip, Montana. I've been in the MET program since the fall of 2013. Throughout the program, I've learned about a variety of educational technologies, how theory ties into learning with technology, and how it can be effectively integrated into the classroom. My teaching practice has been transformed because of my participation in the EdTech program, and I feel I'm a much more knowledgeable and effective teacher as a result. I'd like to take a few minutes to share with you some of the artifacts that I feel were the most pivotal for me developmentally throughout my journey as a student at Boise State University.
The first artifact that I'd like to showcase in this video is the project-based learning unit that I created for EdTech 542. The rationale behind this unit was a few years ago, the school district actually made the decision to switch the surface of our playground from sand to wood chips because they felt it would be a more economical option for the school. And ever since they made the switch, there were kids who were in my class who had been very upset about the change and they really just didn't like the wood chips at all. I wanted to give them a way to do their research and be heard, and so I decided to develop this unit. The main aspects of this unit are found in the course overview, where of course one sees the driving question, which really is the driving force behind any project-based learning unit. So for mine, it was, what is the best material for our playground surface? That was the question that students were striving to answer in this unit. Under products and performances, one can see everything that the students are expected to do throughout the project, what the final product will be. They also have a final presentation aspect where they will present to the principal and the vice principal of our school, as well as the opportunity to present at a school board meeting to make their voices heard. They are assessed on a rubric and will also have to participate in a variety of reflection methods throughout the course of the entire project. There is an assessments link that contains methods of both formative and summative assessment, as well as how final points will be allocated for the entire unit process. There is a page that includes all of the resources needed, from physical materials that the kids will need to measure and to record their findings, the people who are needed for the interview process and are important in that, as well as the technology that they're going to need to be able to do their research and create their final presentations. It is also important to notice that field experience is a part of this, as the entry event has kids out on the playground actually interacting with the environment. The project timeline is over the course of 6 weeks during our school's project-based learning time. We actually have that built in my school, so that was a really great thing for me while I was planning this project. So it steps out each week what kids will be expected to do to progress towards completion of their project. There is a teaching and learning guide so that in the event I am not the one who actually teaches this lesson, it is stepped out to what products the kids are going to do, what knowledge and skills that they need to be able to know to complete the process, and then scaffolding options for the teachers so that they can support students in completing these processes. The end of this web page is a collection of all of the files, the printable and downloadable files that are needed throughout the project. So they're all present here on this website, easy for anyone to access and use. And then a list of the tools and resources that are needed online for the completion of this website. So I'm really excited about having the opportunity to actually try this out with my kids. I have not tried it yet, but I think that it will be a very powerful lesson for all of the kids who get to participate. The second artifact that I would like to share with you is the mini documentary that I created for EdTech 533, YouTube for Educators. The reason why this is such a notable artifact for me is because it's the artifact that really got me using Adobe Premiere Pro and got me learning about video editing and all of the things that programs are capable of doing. Once you take the time to learn about them. So I went and collected video files and some photos of Castle Rock Lake, which is a lake that is right outside the edge of the town of Colstrip, and developed this informational video to share with students because there's some history of the lake that they probably don't know, and so it's very informative. But you can see, looking at my feed or at my workspace for Adobe Premiere, this is all of the video and the photos that I collected. There are certain transitions that I had to enter to just add different effects. The text tracks for the credits at the beginning and the end, you can see that is those there. It's a little bit difficult to see. I guess I can zoom into it so that you can tell a little bit easier what it is. But this is the title track and the video file that goes along with that. And then I put some photos and some video in there. Some maps to show, where Colstrip is, and just some different historical pictures are part of it. As far as audio is concerned, I did have a soundtrack playing in the background as I spoke, so there are actually 3 different levels of audio that I had to work with here, which was a little bit tricky. Audio is still not my strong suit when it comes to editing video in Premiere Pro, but I'm working on it and I'm learning. So you can see how I had to stack all of the different clips and images. There are not transitions between all of the videos, just because it's kind of like PowerPoint then, too over the top. So I didn't add that in there. And then my credits at the end that give all of the usage, the licensing rights, and that. So from here, I had to upload the video to YouTube because that was the point of the video. So here is my uploaded video, and I will link to this in this video so that if you would like to check out the actual video itself, you can watch it. I had to give my video a description. It ended up being about 4 minutes in length, and I'm really proud of it because it actually kind of made me feel like a movie producer, and it turned out with much better quality than I had even anticipated. The next artifact that I would like to display for this video is the evaluation project that I completed for EdTech 505. And I feel like EdTech 505 is probably the course that I grew the most from beginning to end in, as I went into the course not really realizing that evaluation actually had a formal process involved in it. The program that I ended up evaluating was a professional development day that we first started this year called Data Day. And it was intended to give staff members time to take a look at student data and all of the different data pieces that we have as part of our instructional toolbox and make database decisions for kids in order to individualize instruction. So as I completed my report, it was important that I identify the objectives that were set forth for the program in order to be able to evaluate it to see if it was effective. And so I worked with my principal to identify 4 objectives, and those 4 objectives kind of drove the entire evaluation process. So the participants I actually included in this evaluation were the staff members who participated in Data Day. I also included the administrators in the evaluation, as they were key in leading the events of the day, so they were a part of it as well. I took the 4 objectives that were outlined by my principal, and I actually came up with a subset of questions for each objective, asking for feedback from all of the participants. That way they were able to give their feedback on their own time when it was convenient for them. I just gave them a deadline for doing so, and in that process, I was able to get 100% feedback from all of the participants, which is really important for authenticity of the evaluation. So as you go through, I also showcase the results of the survey, in which, looking here, objective 1 was over the tiers of learning, and most of the respondents indicated that they either agree or strongly agree that they understand what the tiers of learning are and that they're important to day-to-day instruction. Objective 2 focused more on the Silverback learning program that we use in our school to organize our data, and the results of that were a little bit more skewed. Not as many people so strong in their understanding of how to use that. We have a period of time throughout each day called flooding, in which we deliver individualized instruction, and the flooding groups in most cases were created during data day, so this reports from each respondent when they created their flooding groups. And then the final objective is addresses more grade level meetings that happen after the data day process. And these survey items cover more if they have their grade level meetings on the time that they scheduled during data day, and if they utilize Silverback Learning during those grade level times in order to make database decisions. So you can see most of the respondents either don't participate in grade level meetings, meaning that they were a specialist of some sort, they don't actually teach a grade level classroom, or they are conducting their meetings at the time that they noted that they would. However, the use of Silverback is a little bit not so much relevant as we had hoped it would be, as only about half of the people who actually participate in grade level meetings are continuing to use Silverback at times to make those database decisions. Scrolling down into the appendices, I included the actual survey that I asked or that I sent out to all of the participants, and actually a link to the live survey. It's still live just because I wanted people to be able to visit that link, even though I'm not collecting data from it anymore. I wanted people to be able to see this is how it functioned, but all of the same data is still represented here. Throughout the process, I was really enlightened to find out that there is actually a formal way to evaluate programs, and I'm actually, surprisingly, wouldn't have guessed this in the beginning, excited for the opportunity to conduct another evaluation.
Thank you for taking the time to view my reflection video. I hope you enjoyed the artifacts I chose to share with you. I've truly enjoyed all the courses I had the opportunity to take as a part of the EdTech program at Boise State. The knowledge and experience I obtained over the course of the last 2 years will surely travel with me for the rest of my career.